Alrighty, today we're doing a build log on the TAS Foamies Yak54. Let's open her up, see what we've got. Now, when you open up your kit, you'll notice that it's all insulated with what I like to call briefcase foam. Actually, open up this the wrong way. And I really prefer it when I use it to ship my kits. They really come perfect. I mean, nothing is touching the cardboard at this point. So what you should have in your kit is you should have the wing, your ailerons, your tail coupling, your tail stab, your cowling piece, your rudder, your landing gear set, elevator, and fuselage. And the fuse should still be intact with the leftovers in the center. That'll be taken out in a second. Inside your kit you'll also have your carbon fiber pack, which comes with 4 1.2mm rods, a single 3x1mm strip, a shorter rod which is 2mm for your landing gear because you don't need that much, and you'll have a little strip of wire too for either your Z-bends, or sometimes people like to do landing gear on them, so you've got plenty of wire for that. And you also have your hardware pack. Your hardware pack comes with absolutely everything you're going to need as far as building your kit goes. Electronics will be done later. Inside your hardware pack you should have your sticker. Let's put this box away. You should have your sticker, you should have a business card, you should have your motor mount doubler. So at the front of your plane, once you've got everything all built up, you've got a cross here, so that goes straight onto the front of the fuselage, and then you glue your plywood motor mount on top of that. You have your Kevlar pull thread. Now the reason we use Kevlar is because a lot of other threads we use have a tendency to shrink and expand. That thickness of Kevlar is definitely overkill for what we're using, but it adds no weight. You've also got your 3M blender hinge tape for all your your hinges. You've got your plywood aileron horns. These need no maintenance, but you've also got your pull horns, which do need maintenance. As a matter of fact, they come. Actually, I happen to get lucky and they don't have anything in them. But if you look carefully, these are all lightened. Let me bring it up to the camera. So what happens is you sometimes get a little bit of a leftover in there, and so when something like that happens, you're just going to want to go onto the back side and clean it up a bit if you have anything in there. And be careful on the outside holes, because they're very delicate, and because we lighten them and we make them well, they are strong for in-flight, but they're very easy to break if you're trying to poke it through with your knife. So be very careful around those areas. And that's your hardware pack. Now for equipment setup, we're going to be using either a 65C or a 25C 2-cell LiPo from Thunder Power. I prefer these on this particular model because they really have stupid power. Your 25Cs are still great. They have a little bit less flying time and they're a lot lighter, but I prefer the 65Cs for this model because it's a little bit bigger. We're going to use a I think this is a 6-channel 2.4 receiver. And you want to keep your button plug in there. You're going to need that in a second. We're going to have a Turnigy 2204 for power, and we're going to be using the motor mount on this because we have a small area to screw on holes. So it's not like the Hacker motors, which we use the fiberglass X mount that it comes with. And for props, we're using a 8x4.3 slow fly prop, one of my favorite props to use. We're going to use a Turnigy 12-amp ESC. This one's one of my favorites as well because it's got great throttle response. I mean, even after some of the Castle Creations ESCs I've used, that Turnigy is still one of my favorites. For ailerons, we have a Futaba S3114 servo going at the front, and I would have 3 of these on hand, but instead one of them just recently blew out, so now I've got a Futaba servo on rudder, same as the aileron, but I'm also, another servo that I like to use is the Hi-Tech HS35 HDs. These are super tiny and they pack a bunch of heat. They've got great power for the tail surfaces. I wouldn't recommend them on ailerons, but they really kick butt on the tail surfaces. So now let's get started with the build.